My name is Bruce Charles Taff. I was an EN5, second class, engineman, submarine qualified. So after my mess cooking career, I went back to the after engine room as a oiler. And I oiled for Dave Hinkle and a gentleman by the name of Frank Lydell, who's not here unfortunately. And basically what they taught you everything there is to know about operating and maintaining an engine. When we were on the surface, you were in that compartment. When you dove, when you're down submerged, you were on what they call the trim manifold, which operated the water between the bow and the stern and port and aft. Because of the ballast tanks, you have to blow water or pump water from one to the other to keep you on an even trim, so you're not going cattywampus. And so I was in training for that for probably 2 weeks before I was qualified on that. And then the person who was qualifying me, he went back to another job. Can't remember who it was. But anyways, when you're, like I say, on the surface, you're in the engine room, when you're submerged, you were in charge of the trim of the boat. And it was very interesting, and all the while you're learning this, you're 4 on and 8 off generally. You were studying for your qualifications for other things like how to fire a torpedo, what makes a torpedo run, hydraulic systems, electrical systems, battery charging, just an array. I think there was 14 different not compartments, but 14 different stages that you had to go through to be qualified. And then you get signed off on one, and you couldn't you couldn't jump around. You had to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and each bracket had 8 or 10 different things you needed to qualify for before you could go to the next one. Because if you didn't understand the first one, why go to the third one? They felt that was the way to do it. So that's the way it was. We went into the shipyards in 67, I can't remember, 67. And of course I couldn't do much qualifying there because the ship was high and dry. From there, after we left the shipyards, that was several months, we left the shipyards, we went out to San Francisco Bay in Hunters Point where we had the overhaul. In San Francisco Bay, we drove out to this diving area. It was several hundred feet deep, and the first time we dove backwards. We had a flooding in the maneuvering room. There was like a 6-inch piece of pipe, that what they call the yardbirds, the people that did the overhauling on the boat. We did some, but they had outside contractors did the basic maintenance. Rather than connecting 2 pipes together, it had screwed up, and they put a flange made out of cardboard held with ducting tape. So as soon as we were down to about 30 feet, this thing gave way, and Charles Hutchison was the watch in that area. Everybody had sound power phones on, and he said flooding, aft maneuvering room. So blew all the tanks, sealed all the doors, came up, went back into dry dock, and fixed it. It wasn't that big of a deal. Maybe we didn't even go into dry dock, I can't remember. But anyways, we fixed it. And so we went out for trials again. And we had 2 or 3 days of trials, finally got everything ship shape. And that was good. Everything was running fine. I don't know if it's explained to you or not, but you get what you call an efficiency award. Each submarine gets qualified for efficiency awards if you do really good things. Not as far as patrols or anything, but as far as your efficiency. If you run through a bunch of tests, you come out on top, you get an E to put on the side of your sail. Well, when we got off the boat, we had 3 E's for efficiency, which is very prestigious also. We made, on the Spinax, I made 2 Westpac runs and 1 northern run. And the northern runs were a lot of fun, colder than the dickens. a lot of sneaky stuff going on, stuff I didn't even know about. I've been told about later, or read about later, but I don't know how much of it is truth and how much of it is fallacy. But we did a lot of sneaky stuff up there. I know we did. We took patrols out. I was one of the certified divers. That was part of, we were in Pearl. And Joey Ryan, a friend of mine, had already taken the class out of San Diego. And he said, come on, Bruce, let's go to Pearl. Or when we go to Pearl, he says, I'll help you and it won't take long. And the only thing he needed is about 3 weeks, which is about a third of the normal class length. But he got me certified enough where I could become a certified diver. And it was just like I say, I wasn't hard hat certified or anything like that. It was just scuba certified. Go out do hull inspections in Hong Kong or Bangkok or any port that we went into. Go down and do hull inspections for make sure nobody slipped a mine on you or something, or maybe you need something checked. Maybe there was the prop was feeling funny or somebody mentioned something. So just